Have you ever felt like there's an invisible force shaping your life? You know, something that influences everything from the big headlines you see on the news to the small choices you make every single day? Well, there is. It's a story told in numbers, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and make it visible.
Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. We are just bombarded with these massive global news stories every day, right? They can feel so big, so overwhelming, and maybe a little distant. But what if they're all connected to the most personal parts of your world?
I mean, just think about the headlines that we've all been living through. Record inflation, making you think twice at the grocery store. A really shocking rise in death rates. And then you've got the constant drumbeat of climate change and illegal immigration. And of course, the pandemic that literally changed everything for everyone. On the surface, yeah, they look like totally separate crises.
But what's the thread? What is the one thing that ties all of these huge society-wide events to your life? To your decisions about, say, when to get married, or whether you're going to have kids, or even where you decide to plant your roots? That hidden connection, well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. And the answer, the link, it all comes down to one single powerful idea.
Demography. That's it. That is the link. It's like the invisible architecture holding up our entire social world. Now, I know it sounds like a big, intimidating word, but it's really not. It literally just comes from the Greek words for describing people. That's all it is. It's the science of populations, how big they are, where they're going, what they look like. You could even say it's the story of us, just told with numbers. So now we know what it is, but how does this whole population engine actually work? What are the gears that make everything turn? Turns out it all boils down to just three things. Three moving targets that demographers are always tracking. First up, you've got fertility. That's just births. How many people are being born? Second, mortality. That's deaths. How many people are dying? And third, migration. Who's moving in and who's moving out? Seriously, that's it. Every single change you see in any population on this entire planet is just some combination of those three things.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. Demography. It's a two-way street. We are the ones creating these huge population trends, but we're also kind of captives of them at the same time.
Just think about it for a second. We are the creators, right? When millions of us as individuals decide, hey, I'm going to wait to get married, or you know what, I think I'll have fewer kids. It doesn't just change our own lives. It adds up to create a massive social trend, like a nationwide drop in the birth rate. But we're also captives. Every single one of us is born into what you could call a game already underway. The circumstances of our birth, where we're born, who we're born to, we don't choose any of that, but it can set the stage for our entire lives. And that just shows you how powerful those starting conditions can be. One source actually puts it in these really stark terms. It suggests that someone born into a certain household in a certain area might be, and this is a quote, doomed by demographics. Their circumstances create these hurdles that can follow them for their entire life.
And hey, if that sounds a little extreme, just consider this finding. Research has shown that one of the best predictors of how healthy and long your life will be is your zip code. Yeah, just your zip code. Because where you live is a stand-in for so many other things, like your access to good schools, healthy food, safe environments. The point is, these numbers aren't just abstract. They have real, actual life or death consequences.
So what's the so what here? Why does looking at the world through this demographic lens matter so much, especially right now?
Well, it matters because these shifts are happening on a scale we've never seen before. I mean, right now in the United States, we're setting all-time demographic records. We have the largest elderly population in our history, the lowest marriage rate ever, the largest number of single adults ever, and the highest levels of immigration we've ever seen. This isn't just data for a spreadsheet. This is the fundamental reshaping of our society, and it's happening as we speak. And that's really the big takeaway here. Demography isn't just about charts and graphs. It's this powerful, deep current flowing underneath everything, shaping our opportunities, our challenges, our entire world in a way that can feel as real and as powerful as destiny itself. So this is our story, the collective story of all of us, written by the millions of small decisions we each make every day. And now that you can see the numbers shaping your world a little more clearly, the question is, what part will you play?